episode of High Frequency Convo. I'm your host, as always, Wes Hunt, and this is my co-host, big brother and business partner,
Just Regard.
and this is the podcast where we spark blunts and conversation. This is episode 28. Thank you for rocking with us. Episode 28. 28. That's like we got that one.
Knowledge build or destroy.
It's knowledge build and
So you got the knowledge to destroy, the knowledge to build.
That's what we're on. We're knowledge building and destroy. On this episode, it's gonna be we're gonna drop some jewels like we usually do, but we're gonna take it to imagination time. And we're gonna say what if you were in charge of the legislative branch, judicial branch, and executive branch? So we're gonna start off, go right into it, and before we go into it, like, share, subscribe, spam the comments. Look out for the other things we got coming up. ETW Media, that whole channel is gonna have a whole different type of stuff like comedy, skits, shorts, music, the best of this podcast. Whatever artists he have with it, the more artists he got, we're gonna keep putting on. Probably most people out music videos that only the music column. You know what I mean? But check out the ETW Media. Check out the SoundCloud page, our SoundCloud page, West Hunt LG. We got 4 of our singles up there from the new upcoming album, Wolf 92, which is Smoke With Me, Fuck You Too, Poppy Chulo, and Top G. Go check this shit out, which is fire. We got some music coming out. Smoke With Me is under the title, and all places you can stream and listen to the music. Look out for Read and React. Now I'm coming very, very soon. Now look out for CCTV, which is Competitive Compilation Television, which is over there on ETW Media.
Yeah, ETW TV.
And yeah, so it's real
ETW TV.
You know what I mean? So holla that, you know what I mean? So just be on the lookout for that. But we're gonna go right into it. I'll make you start off.
Wow.
Legislative. If you want the legislative branch, they basically make the laws. Do you think I looked at the definition of all these and broad spectrum, all the answers, all the questions is gonna lead right to what you want to do. This is their direct responsibilities. So, what laws will you put in place? You wanna start off?
Me?
Yeah. You had a high chair on the legislative branch. What laws will you put in place? All this is fact check. The roles of the legislative judicial.
I ain't big on laws, so I really don't know. If I rule the world, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, as a legislator, what laws will you put in place? If you're so big, you think you're not big on laws?
Like in what aspect you mean laws, though? You know,
like the laws you got in place now.
Like,
You got in place now, the time in jail, the amount of for minimum wage, every law, all laws that we live by, everything that's what's going on.
If I had to sound a law, the law I would put in place is do unto others as I have to do unto you. And depending on what the extremity of what you break that law, you know what I mean? If you break that law, you know what I'm saying? Whether it's robbery, rape, and stuff like that, you know what I mean? That will go on to it. But the law I will pass is do unto others I have to do unto you. So if you rape a woman, there's going to be a penalty for that, whether it's life in jail, death, or same with robbery, or same with anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Once you violate the natural law of, you know what I'm saying, somebody else's happiness and tangle on that, you know what I mean?
And playing devil's advocate, what if the person's like, yo, I don't mind somebody do shit to me, it's no fucking fair, it's all fair, like, oh, we fuck, like, so how would you go down there? You should do it
very easy.
That means you do to me, nigga, but I would do it to you. So
very easily, because being the fact that I set the law, and the law is based in righteousness, and I set the law, and I said, and being the fact that if you ain't doing nothing to add on, and you're taking away, I don't care what you feel, you're going to jail. If you want to do what you want to do, if you want to do what you want to do, you know what I'm saying? No, it's the law is doing to others have you doing to you. But if you and being the fact, right? But no, being the fact. Listen, if you living in like Ron's world, and I say my law and Ron's world is doing to others have you doing to you, and you feel that, well, I want to do what I want, and anybody can do what they want to me, then you need to go someplace else. So I already explained the rules once you enter through the gate. So if you in my land is righteousness. So if you can't not understand that and you want to place it another way, then you leave. Or if you get caught violating that one principle, I think every human being, you know what I'm saying, would agree on, you know what I'm saying, freedom Because I'm not saying that you can't make as much as you want, just as long as they don't infringe on somebody else's welfare. And if you do that, then you pay the penalty because you here in my land.
If I was had a high chair on the legislative branch, then what laws would I implement, or what laws I would try to push up to the executive branch? Let's start off with the major crimes. Okay, if you're selling drugs and it's non-violent crimes, I'm not giving you 30 years for that. I'll be probably like 10 if you're still destroying the community, you're still doing a lot of things. I mean, I'm giving you about 10 years. If you're a murderer, you get what they get and give it to you right now. Life, death penalty, 25 and up. I'll stick with that. If you're a rapist or pedophile, you get what the murderers get. 25, life, death, the penalty's going up. 3, 5 years, the only stupid shit they get, or a red dot on the computer. Like, that's just retarded. If I also, what else would I do for laws? I went through the rape, boom. Anybody hate crimes, like racism, anybody that shows any racism will be motherfucking penalized. Not no mad jail time, but you're gonna do some little bit of jail time. 2-3 months, even if you say racist fucking comment. Keep that shit to yourself. You know what I mean? If you want to be racist, you can be very, 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 very internally racist. You know what I mean? Because all that shit's gonna be dead. You gotta keep that shit on the surface. I say penalties, racism, jail time. For what? I had a law, and I mean, read this fucking much. I had one major one that I wanted to implement. But yeah, that'd be the. It's gonna come back to me, but that'd be the major laws. On the criminal side, I'll implement. Now on the spiritual side, definitely doing the others as you want them to do to you. Treat thy neighbor the happy the way you want them to treat you, which is basically the same difference. Negativity will also being depression and anxiety, the way we attack that. It'll be a law to. It'll be a law to, if you try to tell people depression's a sickness, or you try to give them pills or whatever shit like that. It'd be a law that's a criminal law to you, because depression's a choice. You tell them the wrong things to do, and that's what's leading to suicides and all that shit like that. That'd be a law I also want to fucking implement that. You have to tell, if you're a therapist, you don't drug them until you teach them the right curriculum. You know what I mean? And you don't try to lead them along for fucking money. You know what I mean? You have to get a new hustle. But you have to tell people the news, another law. The news have to report real motherfucking information, not just scripted shit that people want to report. The news also has to report the good news that's going on in the world, so people can realize that's good news and don't have to live in fear the fucking time and nothing.
That's why I say, don't want to have you
doing
to you. If you don't want somebody lying to you, you should lie to nobody.
That's something that's going on to the law, so, and if you violate, there's going to be penalties involved. I mean, and if you can go into that, so that's what I'm touching on that as far as the money for us. So we're going to go into part 2 of this, what will be your tax and spending policies. I can start that off. Minimum wage would definitely go the fuck up. From 15, whatever, 75, whatever it is, to like 20-something, $25 an hour. Things will go down. And I always give people almost like what they did with the stimulus check. I'll give people a chance. Advance. I'll call that Head Start fund. Whatever you do, that shit's on your fucking fault. So whatever you do, that's only for everybody. Give everybody like 10 to 20 G's to start off. You know what I mean? Take it from somewhere. We just gave them fucking $2.4 billion to Ukraine. Okay, I'll take half of that shit and do my fund. Because y'all always, America loves giving money to motherfucking foreign countries, but never do that shit here. So, minimum wage will go up. I give everybody a Head Start advance. So if you got $20,000, you want to buy nothing but motherfucking Jordans and bitches and jewelry and all that shit. Is all in? Or if you want to start a business and learn something like that and invest that and flip that motherfucking money, that's also on you. And spending policies, I want budget on body money. That's too much control. Everybody is free to do what the fuck ever they want. But if things cost $13 to be made in fucking China or Afghanistan or Pakistan, where most of these shit's made is mostly China. And it's cost $13 like a pair of Jordans. I'm not charging $400. I mean, it'll be illegal for you to charge $400 in America. You can't do that. It's cost $13. You bump it up. Honestly, you want to make a profit, but most of you goes probably like $1, which is too much. $1.20. That's just way too much. I understand when it get flipped, you get it's mass production. I understand capitalism, but yes, you definitely will have to motherfucking lower that motherfucking price because that's highway robbery and all this farm raised food and all that shit. Food will go down as well. I mean, prices of food will go down. Prices of rent will go down as well, and also prices of the public transportation will go down. And we shouldn't be paying basically $3 one fare on an MTA bus and have fucking bums and homeless people, which they also should have a place for them. That's also, I also implement a law for the homeless, because they need fucking help, psychiatric care, a place to stay. But they shouldn't be taking over the motherfucking trains. I mean, taking over. Anybody that rides the trains, especially, knows what the fuck I'm talking about. Taking over the trains. So, like, those are some of the taxes and spending policies I will implement. You got any?
Taxes and spending.
Basically, like I said, like, what would you increase, what would you decrease? That's how I would increase motherfucking minimum wage. I'll lower fucking healthcare, make healthcare free, or I will do this, like, shit like that. There's things that do with money. They pass all them laws, like all the inflation prices, that went through the legislative branch. Like everything that we pay right now going through it. So what would you do?
I don't even know, bro. Like I said, I don't believe in laws. I don't believe in none of that.
That's what you believe in. So
Yeah,
what
if
you
I
got to put yourself outside yourself. Use your
that's what I'm
brain,
saying. If I ruled the world, none of that. I wouldn't even. If I ruled the world, I would wipe away all that type of shit. You know what I mean? First of all, you know what I mean? Just to, like I say, you know what I mean? Naive or what? You know what I mean? Treat somebody the way you treated. Therefore, there's no need for me to pay somebody a low income that I know that can't take care of the family. That if I was in their position, I wouldn't be able to take care of my family. I wouldn't motherfucking pollute it. You know what I'm saying? Do certain things because I know that if I was in the opposite position, but you know what I'm saying, knowing how it would affect me, I wouldn't do it. So certain things I would just, you know what I mean, like you can't, you know what I mean, you just can't do certain things. And if you violate those things that I said you can't do, then it's a consequence or a penalty to pay. You know what I'm saying? If you got a multi-million-dollar company like Target or something like that, you know what I mean? There's no reason for somebody making $18, $19, $20 an hour. You know what I'm saying? Especially depending upon the city they live in. Is it going to, you know what I'm saying, what's the cap?
You saying what I'm saying, but you saying yours that's the way to do so. So
Yeah.
I'll take the way you're saying it.
Yeah, that's what I said. I ain't really big on laws.
That can also sum it up thing, but that also won't be a show. So you want to articulate for the people that we probably don't really understand. If
that's what I'm trying to do to them. You know what I mean?
That's what you are doing. You're not doing it. That's what I said. When I actually, you don't have to, you're actually doing it off the rip. So we get it. So just say what you were doing. Like you're saying, all that shit I agree with.
Yeah, I would just, you know what I mean? I would just eliminate, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? And I wouldn't, and to be honest, I would not give no money to nobody. I would re-educate the people. First off the bat, if you
Education with a head start.
If you want to be ready, first
Only
you have
because
to
we're
be
so
ready.
far behind.
Yeah, but you have to be re-educated first before you get any money. Before you give any dollar, you have to be re-educated. Because you're just gonna waste it, and you wasting it and not putting it back into a circle, a cycle to relift or uplift this humanity, or you know what I mean, not just a race.
That
you know what I'm saying? You have to
go through like almost like a school.
You know what I mean? Yeah,
you have to show that after the school, your graduation would be that the head start.
I would strip away the educational system that we've been under since Thomas Jefferson. The curriculum that we've been under since Thomas Jefferson. I would strip away that curriculum, create a whole new curriculum to teach the people and re-educate the people, not just black, everybody. You know what I'm saying? Number one, number two. I would not manufacture no products outside of America. I would manufacture everything into America. I would promote having more children because it needs to be the planet needs to be more populated. I would reconstruct our resources and our technology and to find different ways to help us. You know what I'm saying? Manufacture different, you know what I'm saying, safer environments to create natural food, not chemically made man food. You know what I'm saying? Way to grow God's food naturally. You know what I'm saying? And like I said,
so what would be tax and spending policies to sum it up? You said a few. You said if you working on Walmart, you should be getting $18.
You know what I mean? Reconstruct the way people think. If I, to be honest with you, I'm waiting for this. You know what I mean? I want to be executive. I'll reconstruct the way people think. I'll strip away every fucking law of this country and reconstruct it.
So
Number one.
What would it take for you to declare war? Because that's what you beginning to do. It goes through down and then they put a trial and an executive branch stamp, which is the president.
I don't believe in having to declare war. You know what I mean? From my complete research, every war that has ever been created is done. It's been constructed by the powers that be, the banks that be, in America. So therefore, I would only help and aid. There's no need for me to take over somebody's country.
If we talking about, and I wouldn't disagree with that. If you're talking about that I rule the world, that's one thing. But we're talking about America and the world being in the state of mind it's in. So if I'm talking about that, and me being in the government, which is just hypothetical, because you know how we feel about them. But if I had to make change in the government from the inside,
but here's the thing. But that's almost impossible. You know what I'm saying?
That's
you know what I mean? Yeah, because if you're playing on the context of being in the government, in the natural state of the government is, what we saying is not possible. Because you need, you know what I'm saying, you need every senator, you need just about every senator's vote to get what you may say or what you want passed, and that's never going to happen. So the way for me to do is to reconstruct the whole imagination if I rule the world.
Yeah, but it's not about if I rule the world.
I understand what you're saying.
It's just
I
like
understand,
if
but
you're in there and you're on a high table and then
there's no high table in the legislative branch. Everybody's on equal footing. You need votes from every fucking senator.
You definitely do, but there's also senior positions. I just do research.
No, absolutely.
It's Google research, fellas. But
facts, but you still need the
and
vote
I understand
from the
that,
House.
so I'm just saying
you
that
still gonna need the
if
vote
your
from the legislative House.
If your highest vote, if your highest thing held weight, that's always a hyper fucking theoretical thing. If you're talking political,
but you're still gonna need the vote of the House. One person who holds weight cannot pass no law.
Okay, no problem. What would it take for me to declare war? Like I said, I disagree. If I had to be on the table living in the state of America as it is now, and going to what you said, everybody's ready to declare war, so this is very, 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 very realistic. If I had to, what it would take for me to declare war is if that we try to have talks with a certain country, no matter what country it is, we exasperate every other avenue of democracy and diplomacy. I mean, once that fails, because people take kindness for weakness, we'll show some strength. Also, another thing I'll also do.
Can I ask you a question? Why are you waging war against somebody who hasn't come to your land? What's the purpose of it? Why? What's causing you to show strength against somebody who's over there with a problem with somebody else?
Who said they didn't come to my land? In my hypothetical question, I didn't post nothing. So in my mind, who said they didn't fucking do something to us first? Which reason I said if we expose all avenues of diplomacy and democracy, I mean, like, why would we go to my land and take over and be diplomacy and democracy?
Because that's in the concept of America the way it is. If we were sitting in the government the way it is right now, that's what it is. Nobody invades America.
I'm saying, you ever heard September 11th? I don't give a fuck what really happened, but have you ever heard September 11th? The minute what was Reddit? You ever heard September 11th? Period.
And we invaded Iraq. We invaded Iraq, and then Bush said,
you know what I mean? Because now we just playing tip for tat. Because the UN, it's the truth. But the UN, all the niggas mostly down. They get in between little disagreements. Listen, man, I have to be able to talk. They get in between little disagreements with each other. But most of these motherfuckers is down. A few of them is not down, but most of these countries is down. Period. Down. So like, all this is hypothetical. All this is straight hypothetical. Then you have no fucking.
That's why I say if I rule the world, it's hypothetical because that's the only way anything we say could even work. Because in a real government, it will never work.
If it feels better for you, if I say if I rule the world in the judicial branch, it make you feel better. Because we had I rule the world episode, you didn't have no fucking problems. It's all hypothetical, same shit. So we gotta keep going back and forth. It makes no sense. You know it's hypothetical. You know it's not realistic. You know if you just stand there.
But you said in a conceptual using the government and the way the government is, not hypothetical. So the way the government is now, not hypothetically.
Okay, but we're not in the motherfucking government.
Well, you say if we was to put ourselves in the government the way the government is, you didn't say hypothetically. You said in the way the government is. And we
what if I'm going to the title? What if we were in charge of the executive branch? That's right. Like I said, I'm gonna say this again. I'm gonna do this in this is what hypothetical.
You cannot be in charge of no branch when it takes votes.
Ron,
I understand what you're saying.
Listen, the fuck you talking about? Listen, is my what you call the show like? What if you can't go on a game show where you fucking retarded?
I understand.
Are you retarded?
No, I'm not retarded, bro. But I'm saying, if you're playing what if, right?
I'm letting you talk, so you finally let me talk, because you said shit 1,000 times, I understand what you're saying, but you still don't understand what I'm saying.
And I understand what you're saying.
Tell me where I'm going with it.
I understand what you're saying.
I'm going with it.
You said you're placing yourself in a hypothetically speaking government. That if I was but that's what you just said, hypothetically. You just said that. Hypothetically. If you wanted to take, you said
I'm going to say what I'm saying afterwards, and you don't want to take it.
Go ahead. But you said hypothetically, bro. You did.
I did. And a part of my statement, not hypothetically, place government. I didn't say that.
Alright, so what you saying, man? Go ahead.
I said, you put us in the government and we hypothetically got the highest chair.
But there's no such thing as highest chair in the government, but the president, and everything is equal votes. Even if what highest position that you can pass a vote without having the house votes, you can't. You know majority votes win, right? Right, but you still need the majority votes. Exactly. You is no high chair. You're one chair pack.
I mean, she's not worried. That's being so fucking liberal.
But that's what you're saying, bro. If you're talking to
the people, if I have to talk,
right, and they don't know, right?
I'm being liberal for the people. So I'm pretty sure they get what the fuck I'm saying.
How you know?
So I'm pretty sure. I didn't say I know for sure. I'm pretty sure.
That's not true.
And
most people don't know, because most people don't.
Cool.
And I'm very well informed.
Whatever, because I'm in the mood to argue back and forth.
No, I'm not. Most people don't know about the legislative, executive, and judicial branch. Most people don't.
This is a show. Let's keep it professional. And I'm not on the black professional, bro. Nah. It sounds like a bunch of noise.
No, it doesn't. It sounds like a debate, bro. It sounds like a debate. Go ahead.
If you interrupt me after you say go ahead, I'm thinking nuts. I'm going to give you a few more seconds to not say nothing.
Well, go ahead. Go ahead.
Anyway, like I said, what I said is, since I can't say the highest chair, there's senior positions on each of these branches. As I researched yesterday, like I said, as you learn in school, it's not fucking hard to know.
No, yeah.
And also, I'm in my head, what makes it hypothetical is this: if you're the one that have the most time there, then you have other senior positions which you have influence. If you don't know how government works, you have influence. You have your buddy. You play golf with what you call it. You have influence. Because you're the most senior and you have pro with the mayor, whatever the case may be. That's what I'm thinking about. Fucking, I don't have to go through all this shit to say in a hypothetical situation. And you had pro around this bitch like tug of war, and some of these niggas do. Because they got buddies with, I don't give a fuck, 9 of them, 5 of them is they fucking buddies. They got fights to the bitch, they play golf with this one, they go to dinner with this one. So they all into it together. Especially if you did for 30 years. Other ones been 15, 20. I mean, we watch movies. You don't have to be fucking me a conspiracy nigga to know this.
I don't disagree with that.
That's what I'm saying. Highest chair, not the one highest chair. I know that. I'm talking about if you had fucking pulled around this bitch like tug of war, how would you use your influence? Does that make sense to you? Do I have to go through like what the fuck? Like I don't know. I have to go through all that for you know what the fuck I meant. But like I said, what would it take for me to declare war? What would it take for me to declare war if I had the most influence and I had buddies in the executive branch in the what you call the government? It would fucking, now I mean, I say it would take, if somebody hypothetically, whether it's planned or not by us or whatever the case may be, attacked us, I'll go through all the diplomacy and diplomacy and democracy. And if that doesn't work, then we show some kind of force. One thing I won't do is go blow up motherfucking, what you call it? If I had the highest motherfuckers, not how it works, what if? And what I won't do is go into motherfucking neighborhoods and blow up shit and killing kids and raping motherfuckers, occupying their house and all that shit. But I will show some kind of force. However it is, I'm not a military nigga. I don't know. That's why I got them people around before. But that's what it would take for me to declare war. And if I had influence as one of the senior people in the fucking legislative branch. You said you want to declare war.
Unless somebody invades America, I'm not declaring war.
Hypothetically, obviously, if somebody invades America, what would it take for you to declare war?
If somebody invades America, then I'm attacking.
I'm not talking about invades like that. Do something that may have stepped over the fucking foreign sovereignty. It don't have to be like Red Dawn, but it could be some shit that causes a conversation.
Hypothetically speaking, if I'm sitting in the high chair, my influence is going to be used for peace. So unless you touch American soil, I have no problem with nobody. Unless you touch American soil, unless somebody who say, hypothetically speaking, if I'm going to say it's Somalia, and Somalia is a friend of mine, and Somalia can't protect themselves, and you invade Somalia, you know what I'm saying? Then I'm getting involved. Other than that, I'm not getting involved in nothing.
Okay, what's that so fucking hard?
But I said that before. No. I said unless they
America don't get invaded.
I said nobody invades them. No, I said fact, and I said nobody invades America, so I'm not invading nobody. Then I just said if you step foot on soil in America and invade America, I'm going to invade you.
I agree. So we
That's
gonna
what
go
I
on
said.
this for the rest of the episode. I hope you know what's happening, but I have to go through all that shit again. You're a smart motherfucker.
No, my
So,
nigga, but at the same time, like I said, you need
come on,
votes, and that's all I was saying. You need votes from everybody. One person cannot do anything, but you need votes.
I
You
know,
need votes.
bro.
You need to convince everybody.
I just told you
I
I'm
understand,
researching
but
this.
if you're saying that to the same,
But I told you I know 1,000 times. You thought I was lying? I had to go through all that shit too. I'm not lying. I mean, I don't
and
lie.
I said I understood what
everything.
you were saying. And I said I understood what you were saying. I said that. I said I understood it.
Every fucking thing I produce on this thing. And my girl will tell you, I research first.
And everything that you're saying, I know. And everything that you're saying, I know. So everything that I was saying in rebuttal wasn't wrong. It wasn't wrong. You still need votes from the House. Even if you're sitting in the high share of influence, you still need votes from the House. You can't make a decision on your own. So nothing I said was wrong.
I said that you said wrong.
I did, but I also said I heard what you're saying. I also said that you're saying a million and one times.
But that was legislative branch. I hope through all the bullshit I got some kind of thing of what we will do or what this should be happening. So all this, the reason I did this motherfucking shit is because it's all on a high frequency. When we give out a bunch of response to the show, or at least I thought. Now I mean, it would have been what they should be implementing, or what we think they should be implementing. So that's the whole fucking truth about this. Now I mean, so it's like
you need all other laws.
That's why I don't give a fuck how you answer it. The whole what's called about being
hypothetically speaking.
So it's like that's the whole fucking point of the show. If I can't read the context, but anyway, like what I usually start doing in the last 2-3 episodes. Like I do, man. I like to give a word from my sponsors. And this is a word from Dame Dash. Before we go into our next, which is judicial.
I look at history and how it repeats, and I'm not going to be a victim. I know what happens to people. All the bad guys try to make him look like a bad guy. You know, telling the truth to survive comes with strength. You cannot be a sucker. You cannot not know how to fight if you're going to fight. A superhero cannot be sold, but you got to fight the right fight. And I fight for love. I don't care about money. Money is too easy to make, and it's man-made. God made love, so that's the currency that I hustle for, and that's what makes me feel the best. I know too many billionaires that are fucking miserable. If you're unhappy broke, you're gonna be unhappy rich.
The L is for love, the L is for life, the L is for loyalty. But we're gonna go on to the next one. It's judicial.